Okay, let's see if this works. Game audio. Oh. There we go. Properties. Yep. It actually kind of seems like there's a lot of noise, which I don't know what to do with. I don't know how to remedy that. Well, whatever. I think it's fine either way. Okay. I wonder if I can get in like some music going. Let's see, application, audio capture. Firefox, that works. Firefox, that works. Now I hear myself. Let's see if I separate it. Can I choose between one or the other? No. Oh yeah, I could. Nice. Choose this one. And then let's see if I go on YouTube for this one. What will happen? Oh yeah, it picks it up. Whoopsies. Okay. Oh, let's just try play it. Alright, so if my voice is like this loud, I'm gonna keep it down like this. I kind of wish there was a better way to split this up. No idea how it really works, but okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna be working on my game for this live stream. Not really expecting much action, just kind of chilling here. Let me actually listen to how this sounds like, maybe on my phone. See how it goes. Let's see. Might actually be quiet. Alright, that's way too loud. Oh, it might be a little better. Let me see. Alright. I'm back. Man, I really don't know what to do about the white noise though. Because normally I just process this out in like Audacity. And I hope the music is fine. I hope it's not too loud. Let's make it -20. Yeah, it should be fine. If anyone complains about it though, I will change it. But anyway, if anyone's watching, feel free to chat, feel free to type in and we can converse a little bit. It's gonna be one of my first streams like this. Maybe I should keep my phone open so I see the chat. Should be good. Alright, anyway. Oh, we got people on Twitch streaming as well. Is it Jonathan? Oh, okay, here we go. Award show giveaways. Alright. Oh yeah, they're playing Miliastra, that's pretty cool. Oh, they're playing fucking Escape the Killer. See how his levels. Alright, anyway. So basically the goal here is to, at the moment I'm having right, so I have the point system worked out where we can collect points here at these capture points. I'm making a capture the flag type game. So now that's all that's really left is to work on rounds, switching rounds after a winner is decided for a round, right? I'm thinking of having 2 or 3 rounds. I'm not too sure though. Probably 3 rounds is good enough. So stage entry is gonna need to have something here. Let me just remind myself how I have my score manager, because I don't remember. It's been like a week since I actually worked on the node graph side of things here. Oh yeah, I didn't. I forgot I imported this, so it's all like uncategorized, but it's fine. We'll work with this for now. Score manager. Okay, so basically we're ending the game here when let's see. When one of these is equal to 3. Okay, so or yeah, 3 or 2 or more. Basically it's just gonna be 2, so I'm gonna need another custom variable here. We're gonna need it gonna need to have current round, max rounds, and then rounds 1 by each. Yeah, so team A score. I guess I'm gonna have to repurpose one of these to be like the current round score and then the game score, because it's gonna be 2 scores. You're gonna need to capture 2 out of the 4 to win, like first to 2, and then it will also have to be first to 2 points out of the 3 rounds. So yeah, let's just go with that. Let me add a couple of variables here. Although score is a pretty generic term, but we'll do team A round wins. And then we'll have team B round wins. Max rounds, we'll do 3. Keep this to round score. Ugh, I actually don't really want to rename this though, 'cause it's gonna break some things. Let me see. Alright, here. Assembly dictionary. Oopsies. Why do I have this one? Okay, so let's have this. Capture point captured. Basically what I want is to yeah, I'm gonna have to rewrite most of this, to be honest. It's gonna be a little annoying, but gonna have to reset the team A current score. Let's see, how long can I make this name? Okay, so we're just gonna do like current score, maybe that works. Team B current score works too. Round wins. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. Okay, actually, do you guys... Wait, you guys might not be able to see the fucking... the node graphs. I just realized that. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you guys aren't even able to see the node graph. Okay. Let me fix that up. Game video. Switch this to Miliastra Sandbox. Will that work? capture. There we go. Not too sure where the... Okay, let me see. Okay, that should be fine, right? There we go. Now if I minus, yep, there we go. It's perfect. Alright, perfect. So now that we can see this, I'm going to change this to Team A current score, and this one's going to be Team B current score. So basically a capture point is captured. We're just checking the faction to see which faction we're trying to reference here. Modify the Team A current score, and then check if it's equal or greater to 2. There we go. Assembly dictionary. So this one I had for what? Why did I have this one? Oh, this is the faction converter, right? Okay, probably good to leave a note here. Integer to faction converter. Or actually, it's probably the other way around. Let me see. Whoopsies. Took the wrong thing. Dude, I need another window capture for the server signal explorer. Alright, let's try this. Let's see. Window capture. Yep, there we go. We'll just pop it in the top right there. Or where would it, where should I put it? Alright, that works. Okay, that's good enough. Anyway, capture point captured. Right, so it is an integer. I mean, I have to make it this way because the way factions work, but yeah, so it's an integer to faction. Yep, there we go. Alright, that makes more sense. Also, I'm not sure if I'm vibing with the music right now. It's a bit much. Can we get something a little less crazy? Actually, I know what to do. Let's see. Mixes. No, this is a bit slow. Let me try this one. Alright. Alright, anyway. Probably gonna need another one here for game winning team, right? Alright, so this is the current score. If this is over 2, then instead of settling, we'll have to save this for another time. Actually, let me just copy, or let me just move everything over. Let's not do that. Let's just move it over like this. Oh, there. Okay. Alright, we'll come back to this in a bit. But the first thing we need to do is basically just add 1 to the score for the round winning. So if we just go here, we have Team A round, Team B round, so then... Yeah, I wish there was a better way to work with factions, but it is what it is. There might be a better way to do this, but... So this will be Team A. Let's see, what was it called? Team A round wins. Team B round. Okay. Increased by 1. Then we'll probably have to reset. So we need to set no graph variables here. Gotta reset the values. No, not a node graph variable. Oopsies, custom variable. Also, does this have a space in the start? Oh no, we're good. Why does this one start? Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, so this will just have to be pretty much 0. We're just resetting it. No events are needed. And then I'm gonna have to change, just while I remember, I am gonna have to change the UI here because these these reference team A current score, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yep. And this will be team B current score. Okay. Just make sure I have that written down, or make sure I have that down before I forget. And then at this point, after I reset the current scores for the teams, I really should be checking if any team won. I don't know if I should do that with another signal. Like a round 1 signal, just to make it a little easier. I think I do want to have that. Let me think, 'cause I don't know if yeah, I probably do want to have that as a signal, because if, like, for example, a team leaves and I can maybe one day work on a detection system like that, I might want to trigger that event from outside the script. So let's do, yeah, let's just do round 1, and then this will just be the faction that won. Yep. Now we can do our checks, where if let's see, this value here, do a quick double branch. Get custom variable. And the variable name could go straight into here. I'm basically doing the exact same thing actually as here, which is kind of funny. I don't know if there's a way I could could probably do a query for faction score, maybe? Nah, I'll leave it alone for now, because it's slightly different. It's a little annoying that I have to do this, but it's fine. Anyway, we need to check if the new score for a round win, for example, is equal to 2, pretty much. I like to do greater or equal than checks, even though it should never be greater, but it's just good preventative measures in case there's some weird, funky stuff going on. Now, if this is true... Wait, really? This doesn't line up, though. Surprising. Oh, it's because this is probably not lined up. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, most people who have never seen me make node graphs before might find this part really weird while I line everything up, but it's pretty important later down the line. I mean, maybe not that important, but it's pretty important for me at least. Anyway, if if this is greater or equal to 2, then we can trigger a win condition. So we're just gonna do, oh, but then, how do I know? Gonna have to reuse this. The key should be our faction. Actually, why do I even use the round winning team thing here? Oh, I see. Oh, that actually might be a little better. But then I don't really need a round winning team at that point. Yeah, because then all I would need... Okay, so I don't even need this then. I would just need the game winning team. And then... Let's delete this. Let's just set a node graph variable right off the rip. But then wait, if I'm making a signal, I don't even need this. Oh, perfect. Wait, yeah. Yeah, if I'm making a signal to do this, then all I really need to do is just round 1, put the faction directly in to here. That does kind of annoy me that oh my god. It does annoy me that it's not straight, but it is what it is. Alright, that's good enough. And now in the round 1, we'll just monitor it, at least in here anyway. Okay. I can't see how straight this is. Damn, how is that like... Alright, there we go. Round 1. And then we just do the same thing. Don't need this. Faction goes in as the key. Move all this up. Probably rename this to winning faction just to make it more clear what this is. And yeah. So basically what happens, just to run it down for me and anyone interested, when the capture point is captured by a team, then we have our little faction to string conversion, string to faction to variable. So I might actually even just do this, faction to variable name. I don't use it here. I think I use it somewhere else. Anyway, so yeah, when a capture point is captured, the faction variable here is modified by 1 upwards. If it's 2 or more, it really should only just be 2, but if it is, then we increase the A round or B round winner depending on the faction. Using pretty much the same logic, goes up by 1. We reset the Team A and Team B current score because it's the start of the new round. Oh, and it's actually, let me see. Round 1. Oh, wait, this is the logic for game 1, not round 1. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oopsies. Kind of mixed it up in my head a little bit, but it's good that I went over this. So, yeah, game 1, this is the winning faction as well. Let me just switch that to game 1. So everything stays the same. But yeah, we reset the current score on both teams, and then we'll send the round 1. The issue is that this is determining yeah, this should be displaying if a game 1 because it's checking if 2 or more rounds are winning. Get custom variable. This is variable of teammate round wins. Yeah. So before we do any game 1s, yeah, before we do this part, we should teleport everybody to their spawns. Yeah. I don't really know how to do that. Should I knock them down? Actually, is there? Let me see. Spawn. No. Point. Activate revive point. Okay, that might be what I want. Let me see. I'm gonna check the docs real quick on that. Activate revive. Okay, so just reading off here. I know you guys can't see it, but let me just take a look. Activate revive point. Yep, player entity revive point ID. Activate the specified revive point ID for the player. When the player later triggers revive logic, they can revive at this point. Oh, it's just activating. It's not actually reviving anything. Alright, let's see. Revive. Revive character. Revive. No, but that's not what I don't need to revive the character. I need to teleport them. Let's see. Spawn. Point. What is this thing called in the game? Let me see. Preset point. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's take a look if there's a preset node in here. No, just preset statuses. Oh, but we have by unit tag. Okay. Position rotation is what I need. Point index. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, very nice. So we got Team A and Team B spawn points. And then we'll need to do a list iteration that goes through every player based on faction. So, I'm basically doing this again. Let's just copy this. Move this over. Paste it in here. Alright, we gotta really move it over. Alright. Alright, and now we'll teleport each of these players. But we're gonna have to do it based on their faction, right? So yeah, it might just be better to just get a list of everyone on the field instead. And then perform the checks as we're going over. Just to make this a little less complicated. Alright, so yeah, and here we're just gonna do a double branch. Or would multiple, yeah, no, double branch. Honestly, multiple branch might be a bit more appropriate. Let me see. Faction. Query entity faction. I don't, yeah, we can't even put this in here. Okay, that's fine. We'll do an equal anyway. Yeah, I don't know why factions are so difficult to work with. And if it equals 4, we know that it's team A. And then we'll do a double branch. Yeah, if it's 4, then we'll teleport the player. Is there a way I could... I know I have some kind of composite node. Let me see. Conditional integer? What the hell is this? Oh, this is reload. What the hell? Do I not have it set to reload? Oh, I should delete that. Yeah, anyway. Yes, I have this conditional integer value. I'm going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it for the vector value. Just basically create composite node, conditional vector value. And then we're basically just copy pasting everything here. I'm assuming, sorry. Okay. Value if true. Wait, did I actually set this to... Oh, that's interesting. Why would I do that? Oh, I see. Maybe it's just it remembers if you delete it. That's a little annoying. Oh, sorry. I did see. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore. I don't know when you messaged, but let me see. Sorry, just found you here accidentally and stalking. Yeah, that's fine. No, you can't use data conversion. Unfortunately, that's why I keep complaining about. Wait, what the fuck? That's why I keep complaining about the factions here. If I actually use a data type conversion thing here, if I could type. If you take in, for example, a faction, the output, you can only have it as a string. It doesn't allow you to set it as an integer for some reason, and I guess vice versa. Let me see. Yeah, there's no faction option. That's why I have to resort to doing things like dictionaries, where you take, where is it? Dictionaries, where I'm basically doing an integer to a faction, or probably I'll do it vice versa if I need to, but yeah, unfortunately, this is kind of what we have to resort to. Anyway, so now that we have a conditional vector value, we can simplify a little bit here. Oh, well, yeah, multiple. Oh, that's what you're saying. Use a multiple branch with a string. Yeah, yeah, you could. What I kind of try to avoid multiple branches a little bit because this is just a personal thing. It's not like it's a wrong use case or anything, but the issue is just it kind of ruins the natural height of most of these node connections. It makes it a little bit messy in my experience because then you have like these two branches that go out in each thing. I like to be a bit more straighter when working on my node graphs. That's literally the only reason. But yeah, I guess you're right. You could technically convert it to string and then use multiple branches. It's totally valid. I'm just a little crazy like that, so there's it's just kind of the my style of making node graphs. I try to keep consistent, yeah. Anyway, conditional vector value. So if this is true, we'll take. Oh, did I not change? Oh, I didn't change the fucking values. I'm so stupid. So stupid. What is this song that's playing, man? This is NCS, yeah. Sure sounded like it. Let's change it to something else. Let's see, so input. Value of truth 2. I've seen this on Hoyo's node. I gotta make this bigger. Why is it so small for me? Alright, here we go. I've seen this on Hoyo's node graphs too. They also tend to avoid multiple branch and use timers and double branch instead. That already makes two. Yeah, I guess it's just like personal preference. Cause yeah, the double branches, it's like you end up having this unevenness and a lot of branching and splitting up and stuff. So it's not too bad or anything. It's not terrible, but why do I have the? Oh yeah, yeah, right here. Value of true, value of false, output value. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, that's correct. 1, 2, 3. Integer. Yep. Is this good? Am I missing anything else? I think we're fine. Just gonna do one. Oh, right, can't do integer. Wait. Can't do an integer here, because I'm doing vectors. This is why copying work is never a good idea. But okay, looks good enough. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I really love composite nodes. I'm so happy that they allow us to use them, man. Literally the biggest W on their part. Because now we can do target location. The rotation, however... Huh. Actually, I should probably... Not that it really matters, because they can just reorient themselves, but if we're trying to be proper, ugh. You know what? Actually, what would a rotation even look like? It would just be probably 0 on everything. I'll leave it at that for now. We'll come back to it later. Anyway. So we're going through everything, teleporting them to where they should go. And then when the loop is complete, ugh, that makes it look so terrible. Alright, it's good enough. Actually, where is this? Oh wow. Let's see. Yeah, and then round win, but then I have to also now I have to reset when a round is won. Yeah, so if not, now I have to do my signal for round winning. Oh, this is gonna be quite annoying to deal with. Why does it look so weird, actually? What the fuck? Anyway. So yeah, if they don't win the game, then they win the round. Winning faction stays the same. But when they win a... Okay, so when... Oh my god, this is... Yeah, this should be fine. Game 1 winning faction. Okay, that's all good. And then timer ends and game settle stage. Okay, perfect. Now, okay, so the last thing is to reset the capture points when a round is won. I think that's the only thing that's left, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's better to teleport it to kill the players. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just teleport them. It's fine. Is there an on teleport? Oh yeah, when player teleport complete. That's pretty cool. Okay, I should use that in the reload thing that I have. Where do I even have that? Oh, on the class. On character revive. see. So what do I have? I have collect capture points, capture point captured. Okay, so this goes on. Okay, this goes on a capture point, right? Okay, let me just double check. What do I have on a capture point? Team A points, B points. Max capture points, that doesn't need changing. Capture point number doesn't need changing. Captured, captor faction. Okay, but I'm kind of forgetting what kicks it off at the start. Oh, right here. When entity is created, player point check. Runs every second if it's the active capture point. These are a lot of checks. I could probably, you know, now that I'm looking at this, this is a lot of checks to do just to see if we should even start. I mean, active capture point is like the only thing that's really needed here. Okay, but then how do we get that active capture point? Should probably start closing things out so I don't lag out, but set team? I don't even think I need to do this, do I? I don't think I even need to do this. I think the game does that automatically for me. Verify if game does automatically. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember what actually starts off the game. It's like, how do I forget this? Collect capture points. Active capture point. Okay, so then the stage entity should have something, right? Switch active capture point. Server signal. I think there was a way to see. I forgot. There was a way to see which nodes reference a event signal. I forget. Yeah. Well, yeah. The thing is, I haven't worked on it in like a week, right? That was the last time when I worked on the node graph stuff. So things are kind of like just. I'm trying to remember everything, but yeah, it's definitely true. I know there was a tab that signal. I know there was a tab that was able to show you what node graphs were using what signal. Was it somewhere here? Oh, that's just gonna open up the docs, isn't it? Yep. Hold on. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Yeah, I might be remembering wrong then. I swear I remembered something like that. Alright, anyway. This part needs to run. There we go. That's how it works. Okay. Right. Okay. Uh. Okay. So when entity is created, then we'll do the active capture point. Switch. Okay. So I have to call switch active capture point, but before I do that, I need to, because I'm assuming this stuff checks. What does it check? Remove value from list, search random integer, capture points, get list length, random, get corresponding, remove value from list. Okay, so I need to reconstruct capture points. I need to reconstruct capture points, and okay, so let me do this right now. New folder, let's do game management, should be fine. On, whoopsies, on round one. Just do a quick mental note. So I need to reset capture points on stage entity. Hello? Oh, I can't do a, wait, really? I can't make a space or a new line. Reset capture point values, or values on each capture point. That's should be fine. I should probably reload all the guns too. Reload all player weapons. And then there's one more thing on the stage entity, if I remember right. Current points, right? Well, that already gets reset actually, so we're fine. Yeah, that already gets reset from the previous. Okay. Actually, it might be more beneficial to move that logic into this node graph, now that I think about it. Let me see. I'm on the wrong node graph. Please let me find it. No, it's not this one. Oh, score manager. Should probably make it like game score manager or something. Right, so instead of resetting it here, I should do that here. Just to get rid of some clutter. Because I have so much of it at this point. You can just be here, make this a bit neater. Okay, it's good enough. Okay. Now, reset current scores, although I already have it here. Anyway, monitor signal. So let's just follow this. I don't know if I should do this on a timer though. And I also don't know if I should teleport all the players. Maybe I should do this part too when the round is won. Because it is purely related to winning a round. I think that makes sense. Yeah, let's do it that way. This will go here. Okay. Just to simplify it a little bit. I think that makes more sense to do that way. So when the round wins, we'll probably do a short delay on a timer. Just to not make it immediate. And then game 1. Let me just add to this. Add round point to team. Then when the game 1 yep, that works as well. Start timer, blah blah. Okay, so that's perfect. Hey, by the way, Anima, I don't know if you're still here. Is the music good? Could you kind of help me be my ears for this? Because it's kind of hard for me to tell if I'm the one listening to the stream at the same time. Not really sure if you're still here, but, you know, let me know. I barely hear it, and that's fine. It's better to hear what you say. No, definitely. Yeah, I don't want to make it loud. That's kind of why I'm worrying that hopefully it's not too loud and distracting from what's happening. So, all right, that's good. Thank you. Now, on round 1, we'll be on the stage entity. So let me just note that down. This node graph is on the stage entity. Okay, so the team A and team... actually, you know what? Let me just copy this while I'm at it. Do the same thing here. Even though it should be pretty obvious, but... yeah. So team A current score, we're resetting. And then we are modifying the... oh, wait. Variable name, team A round wins. Oh, wait, I kind of... I think I forgot about this part. I don't know what's better, if I should just have a structure for this or whatever. It's fine. So target entity again should be stage entity, add by 1, no event trigger. Teleport each player. Now this part should be on a timer. So let's disconnect that. Move this over, start a timer. Round call it round wind delay. We'll give it, oh yeah, the key here needs to go here. Is there no cleaner way? Right, timer sequence, we can do something. Like 2 seconds is fine, just to make it, give it a little bit of not an instantaneous round over type thing. Okay, there we go. That's good. And then timer, we'll do a timer node here. I guess here we could do a like a, what's it called? Multiple branch node. I think this will be fine for it because it's really only one option that I'm looking for. Timer name goes in here. Round wind delay. Okay. Oopsies. Okay. That should be fine. Iterate through all of them, see if they're 4 or not. You know, I really should not hard code this as 4. I really shouldn't, but it's fine. I don't know what else to do at the moment. Teleport the players where they need to go. Good enough. Ah, let's do it this way. Okay. So we reset their values. Reset the capture points on the stage entity. Okay, so what is that called? Active capture point. Oh, capture points right here. Okay. So this we should probably just put at the very end. So I'm just going to move that over quite a lot. And this will be set custom variable. Yeah, and then list of integers. Come on. Checking node graph. Oh wait, sorry. Checking documentation. There is a view node graph reference with an eye on Signal Server Explorer right side above parameters. Okay. Ah, here we go. I knew there was something like that. Thank you, Anima. I appreciate it. The let me see. So you just okay. So wait, can I? Oh, okay, I can jump right to it. Perfect. Yep. There we go. I knew something like that exists. I guess I just didn't. I forgot all about it. All right. Thanks so much. It's good to remind about that. Okay, don't need to set the event. 1, 2, 3, 4 is good. Capture point numbers. Probably label it just to. Well, actually, I don't need to label it because the name implies it. Capture points. Okay. What else? Reset capture points on stage entity. Reset values on each capture point. Okay, so how do I get each capture point? I should probably use a unit tag of some kind. Unless there's a better way. Let me see. Because, yeah, no, I probably need to use, okay, let's go to the prefab library here. Add a unit tag, capture point. Perfect. We'll set that. Alright, perfect. Unit tag. Get entity list by unit tag. Yep. And then we'll have to iterate through that and do some variable manipulation. So let's do it. List iteration. So these are entities. Loop body, set custom variable. Now, which ones do we need? Let me see. Team A points, team B points. Let me just screenshot this so I don't have to jump back and forth. So we're gonna need a few of these copies. Okay, so we need team A points, team B points, captured and captor faction. Okay, so we're gonna need 4 of these. Okay. Might as well set it into a composite node when I'm done with it. Or do it right away. That works too, I guess. Yeah, probably better to do it into a composite node. Variable name. Oh yeah. How can I do this? Actually, yeah. Actually, I could make a composite node that does this very efficient. Do I want to spend time on this right now? Might as well, right? List iteration. Oh no, but then and it needs to be that they're the same type, which in my case they're not, so this won't even work. So I have to make it rather specific. Okay. Reset. Yeah, I have to make it specific, so it's fine. Reset capture points. So first one is team A points. Then we got team B points. Then we got captured. And then we got captor faction. Now this is an integer. This is a boolean. Another integer. Another integer. 0, 0, no, and 0. Don't need any events, and that should be good to go. Actually, while I'm here, might as well put the list iteration loop and stuff in here. Wait. Yeah. Might as well do the list iteration loop while I'm here. Yeah. That works just fine. And then I don't actually need this. I need this. Loop complete. And then target entity is no longer needed. So we'll just need a nothing. Yeah, nothing actually. That's all we need. We'll just do the logic in here. Is this? Oh no, that's not who I thought it was. Laszlo. Okay. Oh, this is an old ass song. Holy shit. Might be better to just do it this way for making it look nicer. Okay, yeah, there we go. Go through all that. This is unit tag for capture points. Save that. Actually, can I give a name to the unit tags? Is that a thing? Oh, I did that already. Okay, good. And can I query that by name is a better question. Unit tag. Is there a name? No. And I can't even search it by name here either. That's unfortunate. Let me see. Name. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, this is no longer needed, so we just go straight to connection here. Loop complete. Don't even need that. Keep it simple. Alright, so round wins goes up. And then you know what? Going back to this. This game 1 really should also be done in the round 1 on round 1 thing as well. So this should also just be moved over. Yeah, now that I think about it, that's exactly what I need to do. Let me see. This is the beauty of working with signals, man. It's actually so nice. So reset capture points. What's left? Reset the values. Capture points on stage entity. Reload all player weapons. Reset the current scores. Well, that's already done here. Add a round point to the team. Alright, that's also already done. Okay, so then really it's just determine if the game is won by a specific team or not. So let's get on that. Alright, 1 second. Wait, team A round wins. Do I already have that? I already have that right here, so I might not even need this actually. Let me see. Is it better to do a local variable here? Oh, we can't. I forgot. Get local variables don't have dictionaries. Really, really stupid actually, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, we'll have to remake it then. That's fine. What is this League song? What the hell? Is this League? I think I remember hearing this in a League video. Ah, whatever. See how it goes. The key. Oh yeah, I need the key up here. Oh, that's why I did that. Oh, okay. Man, keeping node graphs nice and tidy is a lot harder than people think it is, apparently. Me included. Hey Virgo, I am, I don't know, I've been streaming, I don't know, it seems like it's been, off the top of my head, maybe an hour and a half, I don't really know, but, I'll probably just keep streaming until I'm done with whatever I'm trying to do, because I have, I'm trying to work on a game right now, working on some round-winning logic, which is quite complicated, actually not complicated, just like a lot to do, so... I'm just gonna keep going until I'm done or until something makes me stop. You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. How's it going for you? Coding right now is going pretty good. No complaints here. A little bit of challenging parts, but overall pretty good. I think these live streams might be good to I don't know, like people who just are new to Miliastra kind of want to see what a live session looks like, you know what I mean? Because I get a lot of people asking to do something like this, so trying to see, maybe hopefully this will be helpful to somebody somewhere, some point. And thanks, man. Appreciate the support, appreciate it. What do you mean by that? Use it for a future video? Because I mean, this will stay a video on the channel as like a, permanent live stream of sorts, if that's what you are asking about. I will keep this up forever and ever. Actually, why did I just do that? Let me move it back down. I think this matches up. Oh, it doesn't match up. Okay, well, let's match it up with this line. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, just gonna do it, and then, I mean, this is my first stream, so hopefully, like, everything is legible, and I don't know if you guys can see everything clearly, and if you hear everything clearly, and hopefully everything is fine overall, but yeah, if this one goes just fine, I'll just, I'll keep doing it in the future as I'm just having these little solo sessions. Every now and then I'll stream it, because why not? There's nothing to be lost by doing it. Oh, target entity. This needs to be event source entity. Forgot about that almost. Everything else is connected. Yes. Very good. Hey, I mean, you see, your comment was actually helpful, Anima, because now people will know that you can go to this little icon here. So, everything's got its use. Everything is helpful. Stream quality is good. That's good, man. Good to hear. Thank you. Actually, what are you watching on? Are you watching on a computer or a phone? Because I feel like on a phone where the screen size is a bit smaller. You don't? Server Signal Explorer. Let me see. Really? What the fuck? Oh, you guys are all on PC? Okay, so then that's good. That means on mobile phones, for example, it would be even better. Wait, really? Because I checked this out earlier where I was, because I have a window capture here for the Server Signal Explorer, and it was working earlier, so now I'm a little confused. No graph variables comes up. Well, this I guess is a separate tab. Oh, wait, what? You don't see it? Yeah, I don't see it on stream either. That's annoying. What can I do about that? Well, if I make another window capture, should I do, let me see, window capture or display capture? Window capture. Okay, we'll call this Server Signal Explorer. Okay, Server Signal, there it is. Okay, I think you guys should see it now. And then transform, center to the screen. And then should be just fine. More or less. Yeah, kind of weird. Maybe when I close it out the first time, it like no longer, it like forgets about it or something. I really don't know. But yeah, anyway, so if anyone's watching the stream at this point in the future, I guess, yeah, you click on this button and then you can click on the edit button here, and it shoots you to the correct node graph where you're using it on round 1. Yep, there you go. Very, very cool. Let me see. Now, if I close it and reopen it, yeah, it doesn't show up. That's so weird, man. The edit button is not visible. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Alright, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I don't know what else to do, man. I don't know what else I could do. I guess I could just show my whole screen, but then I have like, I guess there's nothing really to hide. I'm not gonna really dox myself, but I don't wanna take the chance either, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of homework tabs, so. Alright, anyway, this is all good. So when Team A or B is winning a round, because this is the round 1, so if it's either 4 or 1, we check to see if the amount of times that they won a round is 2 or more. And then if it's true, then we will send a signal to win the game. And if it's not, or I guess I don't even need to do if it's not, what I'll just do instead. Although I could do it if it's not, that's fine too. I probably should do it just for better readability. Yeah, whatever, let's do it that way. 1, 2. Oopsies. Yeah. There you go. If we didn't win, or if the game is not over, if it's not 2 or more, then we'll just do a round win delay timer. It's for 2 seconds. And then in 2 seconds, we'll have this round win delay. Iterate over all the players. Teleport them. And then we also have to reload their guns. So let me see. Reload. Now this doesn't work because I fucking knew I had to do this eventually, but because it uses this, which is not so good. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have another. Let me see. Round 1. Gonna have another class node. This is gonna be a player node though. On round win. Actually, it doesn't have to be. It could be on the character. On round win teleport. Yep. We'll just do teleport completes. Now, I think the only way that person can get teleport is if they are down or if we win the round or whatever, if the round ends. So at that point, now we can reload. Equipped gun. Now, get current player uses the get self entity and then gets a player. Now this is the culprit of sorts because I need to make sure this works if the self entity is a player, which I'm not sure how I could do that. Yeah, this should probably be on the character then. Alright, we'll do it on the character, whatever. What if I escape? Alright, put them all in the character. We'll have one for the player, but it will be empty for now. At least this way I know that, you know, this is all for character stuff. Oh, but wait, then this is going to be on the player. I wouldn't even be able to use it on the character. Oh. Yeah, just the way I have get current player. Oh, so then I guess I could just make another one. Unstuck button that would use teleportation node 2. Also, if you want to add in teleportation skill later. No, there's probably not going to be any skills like that, but do you run an unstuck button? I have heard of the term. I don't know what that really refers to. Like, I guess if a player gets stuck somewhere, you give them a skill to teleport somewhere. Is that what you're Sorry, is that what you're referencing? Because I guess that would that would probably be something that I should account for. Okay, okay, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, it's a good idea. I should probably have a skill like that. Um, the only issue is like I don't want it to be used, overused as like how do you even where do you teleport to? You would have to have some kind of I don't know where how would you even know where to teleport to if it's not your spawn or something? Because I don't want people to use it to travel far distances, you know, inappropriately. So now, okay, how do I make this get current player work in a way that could get it as a character? Ah, there's no real way to do it without a double branch of some kind. That's so annoying. Yeah, yeah, that's easier said than done because you know how it goes, man. Someone's gonna find some nook and cranny to fall into. But yeah, I definitely will have to think about how to do something like that. Now the issue really is reload equipped gun. Activate. Okay, so I guess I'll have to do it here then. But then how do I do it here? How do I make it so that I can pass it in? And then it'll use that. Because I need a player version of it. Guess I'll have to use a local variable, man. That sucks. Alright, it's fine. Local variable. And then this will have to be of type entity. We'll do a branch. What is this song? What is this song? I don't... You know what? Let me change it to something else. Another genre. What do we got? No, not this. What do we got here? This one's okay. You guys like some breakcore? Anybody interested in a breakcore music? Alright, anyway. Let's see. Entity. So I need to see if this equals... Alright, let's do this. Equal. Now, if this equals null, just by doing this, I believe we'll do a null check. So if 0 equals 0, condition, we'll make this the composite pin, and then we'll have to uncheck this for the time being. Okay, so what I want is, I want this to be a optional entity. And if there is a null entity here, because I didn't put anything in, then I'll want to set the local variable to whatever this returns. Okay. And then we'll use the local variable value Yeah. Okay, so then this will have to be player. Okay, optional player. We'll do it that way. Optional player entity, maybe? Might as well. Local variable instance goes in here. Alright, sorry about that. Kind of someone walked in. Right, so if no, basically, let me just put a note here. If no input is given, it's basically what this is checking. So if that's true, then we're going to set our local variable to whatever the affiliated player entity is. And then at that point, let me see, what is this also connected to? It's connected to a bunch of things. Hold on. But then I really shouldn't be using get current player after this. Instead, I should be using the local variable's value each time. That's gonna make the node graph a bit messy though, but it is what it is. A well worth sacrifice in my opinion. Connect this over here. We'll have to clean this up a little bit, but no biggie. We can move this up at least. Okay, so at this point, disconnect the links here. Just do that. Actually, wait, no, not the self entity. Self entity is important for something. For the character skill, okay. However, if I do that, I can't exactly use this because then this will differ and the character might differ as well. Ah, what a pain in the butt. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, it's not gonna work because this is no longer on the self entity. Okay, let's do it that way. So let's remove. No, let's not remove this. Let me see again. I do want it to use this still, but instead of self entity, we're gonna use character list. Ugh, bit of an annoying way, but to do this, but it's whatever. Okay, so now this will be, okay, I guess I don't have to note down. Yeah, player's character. Good. Now we can set this to our character skill. Target entity. Let me see. Okay. What do we need? Set custom variable. This is on the player, and this is also on the player. So in that case, we have our local variable value goes to these. Yep, that works. Really unfortunate, messy node graph, but it is what it is. Yeah. I don't want to confuse you. Better when the stream remains clean. You focus on this project. No, no, no. That I mean, the whole point is this for it to be like a live Q&A. So I don't really mind you asking your question because I guess that's kind of also the reason why I'm doing this. You want to write down the issue you currently face? You might answer it elsewhere. No, no, yeah, just write it down. I'll help you out. Also, I should be off in CA 10 minutes, so I will just write down my challenge here. Okay. Hey, GoGT, how you doing, man? Good seeing you here. Who the fuck is Kai Senat? I don't know who that is. I apologize. I'm sure he's a very important person, though. Is it better to have fewer really big node graphs or a lot smaller ones? Does that matter? So computationally, no, it doesn't matter at all. I actually kind of went over this in the video I just posted like an hour ago. The main thing you always want to do is have your proper separation of concerns, because it's fine to have a big node graph. Like if we look at my gun skill events node graph, for example, right here. So this is I mean, it's pretty big. It's not as big as some of the ones I've seen, some of the crazy ones I've seen. Oh shit, this one is. Oh, okay. I gotta make sure I. Oh crap. Hold on. Looks like something here messed up actually. Wait, before I answer your question, let me figure this out. Activate display model. That's when you reload. Target entity. Oh. Oh, I don't even need this here. Hold on. Oh yeah, I don't even need this here. This should just be directly connected. Optional player entity. This is on the character, so I don't need this. Now, it would be nice to also see where certain what is this thing called? Composite node is used. That would also be good. But yeah, anyway, it's good to have node graphs that are doing something specifically. Like this is what I was doing earlier with my game score manager, is I have like all of this logic that I'm now getting rid of. Like there was this very big line of node graphs, and after like kind of working on the node graph and adding different signals and stuff, I kind of realized like, hey, this one node graph doesn't need to do all the work for when a game, for when a round wins, or when I want to teleport players or whatever. Like that should all be consolidated into this. It's into its own node graph for when a round is won. So I just moved all the logic over here, right? Like all of this was basically in this node graph, which wasn't really needed. That's not the job of this node graph. So let me see. Round one, yes, that's one, yes. And it's fine to have a big node graph if it's for a reason. Otherwise, it's better to kind of like consolidate and have like a lot of smaller node graphs, especially if you have things in the node graphs that are not specific to any entity. If it's just like some general code that you could reuse elsewhere, it's better not to like have it be intertwined with other node graph logic that might be specific to an object. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it does. I try to rationalize get location and rotation for character. I have currently 4 competing ways how to get entity location, but I need it for objects. It's ugly. Is that because it has the 2 outputs and it's like not leveled, or why do you say it's ugly? Get entity only gives the placement data inside the entity. Wait. Get entity location and rotation only gives the placement data inside the entity placement, but not the current dynamic location and rotation. Oh, you're talking about when it's like attached to like a motion device or something? Because I know it doesn't give you the location if it's like currently on some kind of follow motion device. Okay, so I currently have 4 competing ways to get into the location, but I need it for objects. A follow motion device. Okay. If you could better explain what exactly you're trying to do, like why are you trying to get the rotation or location? Maybe I'll be able to help you. Although that is kind of like a big limitation right now, where you can't really do that. Get a current location. I mean, let me see what kind of nodes we have for that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's kind of like a big limitation in motion devices at the moment. Okay, where else am I using this reload thing? Character revive. Yep, there we go. No need the optional player entity. That's fine. Gun skill events. Nice. Now we can move this over, make it a little nicer. So, okay, if the best way to describe is a kind of Rubik's cube. So you're just rotating something, and then you're trying to get its location rotation. Okay, so let me see. Okay, you said something else. Subsequent inputs of rotation and motion needs previous information. Okay, that's a little hard to answer your question without like actually seeing what you're talking about, but like I'm assuming what you mean is in order for you to know where to rotate or move to, you need to know where you did it previously. Like it's dependent on it for some reason. Else it refers to the original. You wanna send me a Discord, make a Discord post in the server with like screenshots or like a better explanation of what you're trying to do, because the only way that I've been able to figure out how to get any kind of location while you're using some motion device is by using on hit detection, because on hit detection is like a separate type of it doesn't really care if you're moving or not, because the hit detection happens in world space, and so it will find. Okay, you tried that too. Okay, well, not really sure what else I could offer you. It's scary? Oh, it works, but it's scary? Why is it scary? Wait, did I finish what I was doing earlier? Alright, did I finish this? Hold on. So we get our local variable, check if it's null. If it is, we update it to what we have here. If it's not null, then we don't have to do anything. Oh, but then nothing will actually run here. Hold on, so... Oh shit, wait, how do I... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if you want to send it on HolioLab and then like put it in a comment here, I'll check it out when I get the link from you. No problem. You gotta go? Okay, cool. No problem, man. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Catch you later. Looks like someone else just joined. What am I making? So I'm making I'm making a capture the flag game. It's kind of like working right now on round and like score management. See you and thanks for the help. No problem, man. Thank you as well for joining. Yeah, so I'm making a gun game right now, and I'm working on adding round wins and determining when players or a certain team wins the game. And yeah, so right now I'm working on a composite node that I'm trying to make a bit more useful. I can use it in a better way. The only issue is if this is yes and this runs, that's great. But if this is no, nothing runs. But I don't want this to run necessarily. So what I need to do is disconnect and then do this if that's true. Otherwise, no or yes, run here on out. Yeah, basically. That looks a little ugly though. There's no real way to go around it, but yeah, it is what it is. This will do. The map looks good. Thank you, thank you. Actually I didn't make the map myself. I have someone who's helping me on this because it would just take too much time to work on the map and the node graphs and all the other stuff. So I got one guy helping me with like the game design side of it, and then someone helping me working on the map, and then I'm doing all the logical node graph stuff, which in my opinion is what I do best. So yeah. Okay, so going back to this really quick. This is the character entity. This is fine. So if this is not passed in, then we'll set the local variable to the player entity. Otherwise, we'll leave it at that. And then no and yes will just, let me see. Yes, perfect. Okay, and then we'll continue on our way. Okay, so hopefully this should be fine. Hopefully. And then I forget what I was even doing at this point because there was so much in between. But basically when we win our game and we teleport our players, I wanted to reload their guns. So that should just work actually. I think, okay, so I think that was the last thing I was actually trying to do. Let me just double check here. Add round point to team. That's good. Reset the current scores. Reload all player weapons. So that was the last thing I had to do. Reset value. Okay, so actually I think this is the bug testing time. This is the the most frustrating part. But let me just see here. So if it's greater than 2, then we win the game. If it's not, we'll start a timer, round win delay. And then when the delay happens, we'll go through each player and teleport them off somewhere to wherever they should be. However, if it's a game 1, then the game 1 happens. Now, I should again consolidate this onto its own node graph. So you see here, Vigor, how I'm kind of doing this where, because you were asking earlier, should I have one big node graph or whatever. So in my case here, I have the game score manager, which is just adding the score to a player. Sorry, which is adding the team score, you know, based on how many capture points they capture. And then depending on if they win a round or not, right, I have another script for on round 1 that does all sorts of logic when a round is won. And then this is calling game 1, which I have a signal here. But this really shouldn't be here because this is a separate matter altogether. It has nothing to do with the game score. It's just that the game has been won. So I should make another node graph here in game management. Similarly to on round 1, I should have on game 1. And then just copy all this. Actually, let's cut it out and paste it in here. And now we have its own little dedicated node graph, consolidated node graph, right? So that's how you should ideally be structuring your node graphs when you're working on them. So now, yeah, when the game is won, we're just checking to see their faction, going through everything, setting to victory. And then, okay, so what I should do here is I should set everyone's settlement status to victory, but let me see. I remember you saying a while ago you knew your way in programming, but did it actually help you in Node? Okay, yeah, so it's hard to tell if it was the programming side or if it was just the fact that I've been playing games for a while. I've been playing Genshin since the day it came out, which obviously helps because you kind of start to inherently just like figure out how the game works as well. But yeah, I have made games before in Unity, and the programming side of things definitely helps with the more technical side of things. Like for example, with dictionaries, like this is just something that I recognize right away because I use dictionaries all the time in programming. They're amazing, right? Variables and things like that, like what a key is in a dictionary, like these technical terms is definitely something that you pick up on the programming side, and it obviously helps. But there are things like this, for example, set player settlement success status. Like when I saw this for the first time, I had no idea how this worked because I didn't know anything about like what the what a settlement was, right? Because settlement is kind of like a weird name. When I was thinking of settlement, I thought of like a physical location settlement, So then I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, this probably means settlement success might have something to do with if it's a victory or not, right? Because then I saw here victory failed, whatever. So I'm like, okay, this probably has something to do with determining game state or whatever. So it's just like reading, like for the things that I didn't instinctively pick up on, it was just reading a lot of the documentation. Uh, but for everything else, like I guess timers also was interesting because when you start a timer, it's the timer that starts on a specific entity. It's not global. So I assumed that it was a global timer when you do something like this. Um, and it took me some time to figure out that no, this happens on a specific entity. It's not, just global or whatever, until I found out about global timers, which are their own thing. Um, but yeah, I would say programming obviously helps, especially because I've been doing it for a while. It's been like 5, almost 6 years now since I started in college, and it's definitely something that helps. But I gotta say, there are still some things like that when you read the documentation, it doesn't help because it's poorly translated and ends up confusing you. Um, so I could definitely see how people who have no background in this would struggle because if someone like me or if other people like me could get really confused over something, it's not a good sign really, but it's all part of the learning process, you know. Um, so yeah, hopefully that answers that question. Anyway, just going through all of this stuff, just double checking to make sure that everything is connected, all the values are in place. One thing I would suggest is not doing something like this where you hard code a value like number 2, because in my case, I want it to be that when a team captures 2 points or if they win 2 rounds, then the game ends. But this number could change if I play test and I decide to change it, and then I'd have to go through all my node graphs and change this number 2. Instead, I should probably make it some kind of variable on the stage entity, like, you know, max points per round or max rounds per game, something like that. I should do that instead, so then I could only change it. I would only have to change it on the stage entity. So that's definitely something I'm not doing right now, but I thought I'd at least point it out. Yeah, I think they actually did a like overall, if you don't want to be too nitpicky about it, I think they did a very nice job with the node-based system. The translation is a little iffy on some nodes, but I mean, it's so simple. As long as you understand the fundamentals of like entry events and then execution nodes. I mean, I just released the node graph video like an hour, like 2 hours ago. As long as you understand everything I cover in there, you're basically set. You know, you obviously have to like take some time to think about how you want to set up certain things, what the structure is on certain node graphs, or you know how you want your game to work. But outside of the logical components that make up the engine, I think the nodes is, you know, the system that they have with the nodes and how they made it is pretty good. So we got to test this stuff out. I should probably stop talking so much and focus on trying to see if this stuff works. The only issue is if I open up the log, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. So actually, let me see. What do you guys see right now? Oh, you guys see the... Oopsies. I moved it over to the other screen instead of minimizing. My bad. Let me fix that up. Okay. Now, if I open up the log, you guys are probably not going to be able to see it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Let me see. The log. Okay. Nice. Actually, if I can move it to my other screen, I can still keep it on the stream, which might be actually pretty cool for me. I'm just going to keep that down there really quick so you guys can see what I'm doing on it. So what I want to check is see if the round switching and game winning detection is working. So we're going to go to all the relevant logical nodes here. So on round 1, on game 1, on capture point captured, switch switch active capture point. Oh, it's good. I need that to also happen. So 1 second. I don't think I did that. Oh wait, I gotta leave the game view. Hold on. Just reminded me about, let me see. Okay. So reset capture points, and then I need to, let me see, hold on. Switch active capture. Yeah, okay. So I need to copy, I need to call this node basically. Let me see. That would have to be on the round 1. And that would have to be after I teleport all the players. So we'll do a signal here. Oh, but this is, okay, whoopsies. This would have to be on the loop complete after we finish teleporting everybody. Or actually, shoot, man. Let's just do it like this. Round win delay. So this will be the first path, and then the second path we'll throw a signal once we're done with everything that's here. Then we'll just throw a signal for switch active capture point, and that's it. That should be our solution there. Let me just bring that down as well. Okay. Now let's, okay, that's saved. Let's try this one more time. So switch active capture point on capture point captured. Let me quickly check what that node looks like, just to make sure that it's something that I need. On capture point captured. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yep. What else do we need? Game score manager. Okay. Should be everything. Let me start my game. Should probably minimize the node graphs. I gotta do that. Keep forgetting. Anyway, let's take a gun. Not that it really matters, but, and let me teleport to one of the sites here. Oh wait, what the hell? Oh, wait, the teleport's broke. Oh yeah, this is a. We're gonna ignore that. That's a empty game object I forgot about. It looks like the teleport's broke. Wait, actually, did it break? 5. Oh yeah, all the teleports broke for some reason. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that later, but let's see what's happening here. Oh, okay, and I'm gonna make the capture points be a little bit faster, otherwise we're gonna take forever with this. Let me see. Yeah, let's make this, instead of 5, let's make it 50. Make it really quick. And let's minus that. Alright, there we go. Oh wait, I'm not even going to the right one. It's this one. Okay, 1 point. Very good. I probably should have some kind of UI element that just tells me how many rounds I'm winning, and so I don't have to rely on the debugging side of things, but let's just see what happens. Will I get teleported? No. Okay, let's see what happened. So capture point was captured. We won the round. Actually, these are all 4. Only one of these will run though. Are you gonna put a map UI? I don't know how to even do that. I have seen some games that do that, but I don't know if I really want to be honest. Although I probably should, but it's gonna be like on my last, you know, one of the last things I do. Also, what am I doing here? Capture point number. Oh yeah, okay. So capture point round 1. Switch active capture point was sent. Wait, but don't I have an on round 1? Hold on. Yeah, where is this? I don't understand. Cause right here, round 1 was thrown. But then on round 1, this didn't even run. What the heck? Wait, what? Round 1 was thrown with a winning faction of 4. Well, that's all correct. But then this didn't run for some reason. Was it? Huh. Okay. Let's see. I really hope everything got saved. I mean, on round 1 is here. Okay. Wait, what? Alright, let me... I don't know if I will be able to reopen that. Hold on. Yeah, I have to keep re-adding it. It's quite annoying, actually. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, actually, let me see. Match title, otherwise find window of the same executable. That might be the fix there. Okay, we're gonna try this again, and actually... Well, yeah, actually, why did that not run? Because it's one thing if it doesn't work in the log, but nothing happened in the game, so... Oh! It's because I didn't add the node graphs to the stage entity yet. Oh, man. Classic mistake. Classic. Alright, there we go. On round 1 on game 1. Yep, classic rookie mistake. Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. I was really confused there for a second. Alright, let's do this one more time. So, unround on game 1. Capture point capture, switch, game score. Should be good. Okay. Is there anything else that I'm missing? We're gonna find out. You see, that's why it's important to use the log. You see, that's why it's so important, because that was like the dead giveaway. Like, hey, it didn't run. Like, why do you think it didn't run? Because you're stupid and didn't attach it to the right object. People really gotta use the log more often. Okay. Okay. Very nice. And it looks like it picked another one. Okay, so what I should do is not okay, because what happened was I captured the second capture point, and then the one that it picked was that someone over there, right? Some kind of capture point off to the right. And then when I teleported back, it chose another one, because that's what it's supposed to do. So what I should do is I shouldn't pick... I shouldn't switch the active capture point if a team won, basically. If a team won a round, right? If the team is just one around, I shouldn't choose the next capture point, just to make it less confusing. But yeah, let's see. If I win this round, then the game should end. Wait. Oh, okay. So it looks like something's broken here. So something's broken. Let's do collect capture point. See. Okay, collect capture point. There we go. So what's going on here? Player point check. Does this timer ever stop? Capture point captured. Let's see. Capture point captured. Do I ever stop a timer? I do stop the timer. Player point check. Okay. So I need to re-enable the timer. But actually, if I do stop it, player point timer, why is it still doing this? Oh, player point check. Wait, hold on. What are my timers? Player point check. I must have mixed it up in my head. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Collect player point check. Player point. Oh yeah. I must have mixed the name up in my head. Okay. Okay, so I need to re-enable. Where did I go? I need to re-enable the player point check. And what else did I stop over here? Apply elemental status. I should re-enable these two. So let me end the game. Splatoon. Low-key reminded me of Splatoon. Somebody should recreate that. How would you even do that? You would just have to constantly leave behind like objects on the floor as you kind of disappear into the ground a bit. Alright, I will need to take a bathroom break in a second here, but let me just quickly double check. Because I got, whoopsies, the two of these right here. So when round wins, we gotta, at this point here, start the timer. Oh wait, but start it on what? I gotta start it on the capture points. Oh, so it should go here. Okay. You see, this is why, okay, another great example of why you should use composite nodes and tidy up your code, because instead of having to do the capture point stuff in here and making this node graph really big each time I want to add something to the node, right, that has to do with resetting the capture points, instead I will simply make a composite node And all the logic lives in here, but in the actual node graph, it's just one node. You know what I mean? And be very descriptive with your names. Reset capture point, it makes it very clear that what I'm doing is I'm resetting the behavior of the capture points, making them ready for the next round. So what I have to do here is start the timers on them instead of stopping. I'm just using these to copy the names, just so I have the correct. Because these node graphs are listening for their corresponding timer names, right? So gotta make sure that we use the correct timer names. Okay. This is not even straight. Okay. Now target entity stays the same, each capture point. These should be yes. And now it's good to know what is the... So this is a 1 second timer for the player point check, but the collect capture points timer looks like it... I was just on that. What was the other one called? Sorry, the apply elemental status. What do I have on that? Apply elemental effect. The timer here is also 1 second. Okay, perfect. So we can reuse the same timer sequence. Set it to 1. Again, this should be something that I just use as a variable for, but I'm being a little lazy at the moment, which might, you know, come back to kick me in the ass a little bit, but it is what it is. I don't like the way that looks. Let's do it this way. Okay, and oh, this shit. Oh, I remember. That's why I did it that way. Okay. I was already thinking ahead of the node graph. Alright, there we go. So now, let me get rid of these. Don't need that. So now when we're resetting these capture points, we're also resetting the timers on them. Maybe instead of ink, it's elements or something, and you change the way they behave. Yeah, there are these like elemental blocks in the game, right? Let me see. Dynamic units, block, or cube. Sorry, they're called cubes. Yes, these things, which I use on all my guns actually. But you could probably like flatten them, right? And then just leave behind like something like this every second as you're like moving through the ground, right? So, wow, I like it. Or yes, yes, I love it organized. It's people, you know, they it's hard to explain it to people because they think I'm crazy, and there's a little truth in that, but it's all for a good reason. I mean, you if you don't keep your node graphs clean from the start, it's just gonna get messier and messier and messier. Eventually, you're gonna have like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna look like this eventually. So, I do my best to keep it as clean as possible, down to the pixel. That's how it's gotta be. Anyway. Actually, now that while we're doing this, let me add some more UI elements because it's better to have like a visual indicator as well as the node graphs working. But let me see. Eventually, someone's gonna make literal string art out of all the node graph connections from SD node. Actually, someone like I believe it was Kairos did something like that where he made like a he was connecting like a get local variable or a get self entity node to like fucking 50 execution nodes or something, and it looked really cool. Um, everything was just leading back to that one node. I remember something like that, but yeah, I can't imagine working like with something like that. It's insane. Central Park. So why aren't these working? Did I fuck something up here? Yeah, whatever. So team A points, team B points. Let me move this up and rename this because can I rename? Yes. Team B current points and team A current points. And we're gonna need a couple more. Oh, can I not add? Ugh. I don't think I can add something to this when I already made it a template, right? If I disband the combination, okay, everything is still there, thank God. It's always the Chinese players on Bilibili posting their wild shit that's like not useful in any way, but still kind of insane at the same time, right? Alright, let me add, so what do I need? I need a text box. Actually, what do I want to do here? What's a good way to make, let me see. Let's get a little creative here. How do I stop this from being like a question mark? No. Is there no way to do that? Interactable? Okay. No, I guess there's no way of setting it to nothing. Alright, let's delete that. So what I want is, because this is never going to be in my game, I want to have like a little like how they have it in CSGO or Valorant or really any game that has like a score for the rounds. It's like a square here, colored red for Team A and Team Blue square here. It's just going to keep track of their points. So what can I add that will have a background of a color that I want? Let me see. Interactive button icon. There's nothing here. I could no, can't even do that. Let's see. Actually, can a text box be filled with white characters? Let me see. White space ASCII text, copy paste. Copy paste. Let me see here. I really thought it would be the first thing that pops up. Let me see. White rectangle. ASCII text copy paste. Oh, right here. Rectangle symbols. Okay, I got a full block right here. Can I copy it? I don't know if I copied it. Let me see. Oh, okay. There we go. So, okay, here we go. And then font size 72. Oh, perfect. Now, if I do this together, that doesn't look that great. Can I not make you? Oh, I can make you way bigger. Holy, look at that. Perfect. And then if I make this 128, okay, that actually looks like a decent size. Make it toward the top. Anchor to the top as well. So what we'll do is, let me see, what's the center? What is the center? How do I know what the center is? So we got 0 here. And then we got, what is this, 1600? Looks like it's going to, wait, what, 1600? Why 1600? Oh, 1600 by 900, right? Except it's not by 900. What? Wait, maybe it's, hold on. Is it based on this center? Oh, it's based on the center. Okay. So 1600 by 900. Okay, okay, okay. So then the middle point would be 800, and then I'll go to the left. Let's say 150. No, let's just do 200. No, 150. Yeah, let's do 650 here. 650, and instead of 900, wait, well, 900 would be here. Let's do 850. That works. 850. And this will be team A rounds 1. Okay. We'll copy this one. Paste this. And we'll call this team B rounds 1. And then we'll set the location. So that would just be... Wait, why is the location? Oh. Wait, it didn't copy anything. What the heck? What did it even copy? What? Okay. I guess it isn't that useful. Sync information to all platforms. No way. Is this new? I gotta try that. I don't know what that does. Hold on. Yeah, instead of 650, we're gonna do 950. Yep. Okay, perfect. Wait. Sync information? Oh, yo, when did they add this? That's sick, man. Now you don't have to, like... Oh my god, there's no way. Now you could just have it work? Can I do the same thing here? Oh, no. What the heck? Oh, it's because I don't anchor it. Let me see. Hold on. It's because I don't anchor it. Let me see. Sync. What am I listening to? I think the music is getting into a weird the playlist ran out of good music. All right, let's do... Okay, so what you need to do in this case, you need to have these anchors. So how it works is if I keep it centered, if I keep it anchored on the middle, oh shit, guys, you're not even looking at my stream this whole time. I fucking hate this, man. Thank you for pointing it out, Kitty. Fuck, man. Because the thing is, I have to manually... So, I don't know why OBS is so fucking annoying, but I have to manually minus the window in order for you guys to see the game. If I just alt-tab out, it doesn't show it for some reason. I don't understand why. I was making all of this and you guys weren't even seeing it. Okay, well, anyway... Just to recap really quick on what I did, I renamed these two. I made a white box, text box. It's basically just a white square. We're going to color this later. I hope I can color it. But I'm placing them here because they're going to be where I put the score for the rounds won by each team. So actually, let's just try this really quickly. Color equals red. And then we'll do a color again. We'll close the color. Oh, perfect. So we can do that. And then same thing here, but we're going to do blue. Maybe we'll do cyan because I like cyan a little bit better. Sure, we'll just keep that for now. Hopefully you guys can see this, right? It's still good now. And I guess while I'm at it, let me subtract the log. Anyway, so what I was saying is, look, you guys could click this button and... on top right, sync information to all platforms, and it keeps the same position relative to what platform or device is being used, which is fucking awesome, man. I wish they would have done this. I don't know if this was always here or not. I just remember people complaining that you had to always manually figure this out. So it's like so nice that you don't have to do that anymore. And the reason it wasn't working here is because I have it anchored in the middle. Whoopsies. I have it anchored in the middle, so when I transfer over to a smaller screen size... Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. If if I sync all information and I move over to a smaller screen size, because it's centered to the middle, its relative position to the middle stays the same. That's why it goes out of off the screen and like it moves around too much. But if I anchor it to the side, or it might even be better to anchor it to the top corner, and then I sync information, you can see that it moves with the side of the screen instead. So actually, let me see if I do this and then do this. Doesn't seem like it makes much of a difference, to be honest. Oh, looks like it went downwards. What the hell? Okay. Yep, let me do it like this. Sync information. I don't know if that even does anything, to be honest. Okay, so thank God I started making maps after they fixed it. Oh, so they did fix it. It was something that needed fixing. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm really happy they fixed it. Holy shit, man. Can you imagine? Hey, can I drag you down, please? Thank you. Yeah, man, that's brutal. I can't believe that people had to deal with that for so long. Yo, what's up, NB? NB. Wonder what that stands for. Alright, so if I sync this and then sync this, now we have... Oh, right. Gotta anchor it, sync it. Okay, now they move together perfectly. So, let me just... Oopsies. Let me just position this in... What the fuck? Oh, okay. Let me... Wait, what did I do? Oh, I moved this before. That's why it was such a big rectangle earlier. Okay. Let me just undo everything that I did really quick. Oh my god, how many times do I have to undo? Hello? There we go. Alright, let's move that back to where it should be. Move it down. Okay. There we go. Anchor it. Sync. Okay. Sync. Okay, now if we... There we go. Okay, now we can go between tabs or between devices and it stays in a relative position. Very nice. Although I don't know if I like the way it looks on some of them. I guess it doesn't matter. It works fine. Just seems like on whatever screen this is. What is this? What device is this? Oh, handheld console maybe? Seems like it's a bit close to here. So what I should probably do is move that like this maybe. Okay, that's better, yeah. What does waypoint settings do? Waypoint, is it something that you see here, or you're just kind of asking in general about waypoints? Oopsies, what happened to the music? Let me start that back up. Alright. Let me see here. Because I guess waypoints kind of... Oh, interface layout. Let me see. Waypoint. Oh, okay, right. So this waypoint setting, I forgot that it was called that. This is the anchor point. I don't know why they call it waypoint, but this is the anchor point. It is where the element tries to hug or stay relative to on the screen. So in my case here, for example, if I were to, right now these elements that are positioned on the left side of the screen, its anchor point is set to the left. You see how there's like a dot on the left of the screen here? This one's in the middle, this one's on the right, this one's on the corners. So because I'm putting this on the left side and I want it to scale with the screen size respectively. So because there are different device screen sizes, let's say for example, this is the PC, but a phone, it'll be like this size, right? It'll be smaller. So you see how relative to the screen size, the text kind of moves along with the side of the screen. But if I were to set this one, for example, Team A, if I were to set this anchor point to the middle and then apply it to everything, you see now if I click on the smaller screen, it kind of moves out of position off the screen because it's relative to the center, but the center is smaller now, which means this doesn't know, like, it doesn't know to follow it to be relative to the edge of the screen because it's following it based on the middle of the screen. So on each platform, it's going to have a different position relative to the center. You know what I mean? So it's kind of useful for UI elements to have anchor points. If I were to place, like for example, this exit button, I'm sure, has an anchor point. I can't see it, but it has an anchor point on the top left corner, right? Because we always want this element to be on the top left corner, regardless of what device we're on. So when they made it, that's what they set it as. And same thing with pretty much all of these elements. Now let me see here. So we have Team A. Why do I have so many copies of this, actually? What the fuck? Oh, it's just 2 copies. Okay. So we have this, and I need another text element to go on top of it. Now let me see here. If just to test it out, if I were to do test, if I drag it, oh, okay, it goes behind it because it's on the under layer. So I have to move it up, and now it'll go on top. Very good. Now this can just simply be the stage. Team A round wins. And then just for scale comparison here, let's say this is a number 1, just to get a scale size first. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good. So now we can insert our variable from the stage, the Team A round wins, and then we'll copy. Actually, it doesn't even look like copy works from the last time I did this. I gotta rename this to be more specific. Team A rounds 1 BG. Team B rounds 1 BG. And then let me add another one of these text boxes. Let me move it up so that it goes on top of the backgrounds. Get rid of the okay, yep, there we go. Make this A. So Team A, Team B. Now I'm gonna do the good old copy paste. Same thing here, copy, paste. Gonna drag it over here though. And instead of Team A, we're gonna do Team B. Now in this case, because I want this to be anchored at the top of the screen in the middle, I'm gonna take Team A, anchor it to the top, apply it everywhere. Team B, rounds 1, same thing, apply it to the top anchor, set it everywhere. And then same thing with the backgrounds. Oh, did I already do it on the backgrounds? I already did. Very good. And now if we switch between, there we go. It moves with the screen size anchored to the top of the screen. Perfect. So that's good. That should work just fine. We got our backgrounds, we got our score, we got our current points. Let me see. Team A current. I should probably change the text maybe to be Team B current points, just to be a bit more clear. Current points, yeah, like that. That should be good. Okay, let me save. I'm also gonna just quickly export my save file. Oh, it's a good thing it doesn't show up on stream, huh? Elemental Warfare. I just want to save it because I've made quite a lot of progress today. Okay, so back in the game. Actually, I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break, guys. I'll be back in a couple minutes, but let me just start the game really quick, see if this is even working. Alright, perfect. Uh, could be a little nicer looking, but we'll work on that in a second. So I'll be back, guys. Give me a few minutes. Alright. So, let's check this out. Let's go ahead, capture a point real quick. Let's win a round. Make sure everything's working just dandy. Because there's quite a lot of logic that's going on, and I really want to make sure I can get this done. Maybe by tonight, maybe by tomorrow night, but it would be really cool if we could finish this up. There we go. Spawned it. Very nice. Alright, let's go to the next place. So we won one round. Team points get reset to 0. Loving it so far. Loving it so far. Let's do it again. Oh, there we go. It's counting up. There we go. Perfect. Two points, and the game should end. Yes! Very nice! Very, very nice! Now, I say very nice, but we must test this in multiplayer. Otherwise, you know, there's a good chance that something might break when there's multiple players involved, as some things usually do in multiplayer stages. But okay, very good. Progress. A lot of progress, actually. What are you guys talking about? Let me see. Are you guys working on anything in Miliastra? I am currently working on PvP and another one about swimming Olympics. Oh, that's pretty cool. Swimming Olympics. Nice. I like that. It looks like Virgo likes it too. I'd play that. I used to take swimming lessons. Didn't go very far in it, but I did take I did go in a competition once. That was pretty cool. It was a good experience. Round one. Okay, so perfect. So that's all good. Now I'm just gonna quickly check. So, is there something that could break the game-winning condition? I don't think so, because I passed faction in here, and that's all that it's really should be dependent on. Because let me see, collect capture points. This is all dependent on faction list length, current how many players are on it. Yeah, so that's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna save this all here. Made a lot of progress. Very happy with this so far. Very, very happy. Now what I want to do is actually categorize my nodes a bit better, because Um, when I imported it from my other world save, because I got the map from my map maker, and then I imported all the logical stuff over to the map world, and then everything got uncategorized. So capture points, what other things do we have here? So game score manager should go to game management. Okay, let's make another one called gender checks, or gender check, because I have the gender setter here. The guns. So gun skill events, equip the gun, cooked hydro grenade, on hit hydro grenade. So set team, is that game management? I don't think I even need this. I should verify this beforehand. Actually, I don't even know if I use this anywhere. Set team when entities created. Do I even use this? I don't even use this, man. Okay, so I don't even need this. This could just be deleted. Now capture point, on capture point, collect capture point, apply elemental effect, and create prefab is just the miscellaneous thing, really. Monitor signal, creator. Oh, okay. All right, perfect. This will, we can call another folder like utils. Put this in the utils folder. Test is empty, debug, teleporting. So what happened here? This thing broke. And this is what my map maker made. So button, teleport, GUID, no graph variable. Holy moly, okay. Here we have a dictionary that goes from integer to GUID. Integer being probably the button index to the GUID of the teleport. I'm assuming these are the teleport things right here. These empty models. 7036. Oh yeah, you guys can't see it. Right, so 7036. Does it have a custom variable on it? No. Okay, yeah, so let me see. 7036. It's not here. It's not here either. GUID. What could this GUID reference? Alright, let's do this. There's a quick little hack for you guys if you're interested. When you query entity by GUID, if you want to just pass it in here, then click search. Oh, no match found. But if you do want to search by GUID and see what the object is, you could do this. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. When I was combining everything into decorations, because I basically took the whole map and assigned it to this empty model as decorations. That's what happened. That's what happened. And now I'm realizing that I made a terrible mistake. It's a good thing that my map creator has another copy of the world on his end, because if I disable collisions for this object, all the decorations along with it will also have their collisions disabled, which means when I made it the parent object, I should have set it below the ground so it's out of the way in order for me to keep the collisions. And then when I did this, I also made this. Let me see. Let me click out of it. I made this empty object, which was the teleporter for each of the sites. This accidentally became a decoration, so I see what I did. Okay, that makes more sense why it stopped working. Okay, not a big deal, because it's something that I can just get from my map creator again. I used to do swimming lessons, stopped after a year though. Yeah, I think I was somewhere around 2 years, or maybe a year and a half or something. Yeah, after a certain point, you're just like, yeah, I don't know, you're just going there just for exercise purposes, I guess, not even to learn anything. Have you already made a video about collision trigger, especially the characters? To be honest, I didn't think I would need to make a video on that, because I think most people kind of just understand it, although I guess I guess I shouldn't say everyone and everything because there are some tricky bits about the collision trigger. I mean, no, I don't think I have. I don't remember me doing that. I know I use the collision trigger in a few of my videos, so passively at least I guess I did, but no, nothing dedicated to it. Is it something that you want me to do? Are you struggling with something, or you want me to cover something? Anyway, I'm actually really happy with how this came out. So this was a very good coding, or not coding, node graph session, Miliastra creator session. That was really good. Kind of did a lot here today. If anybody will decide that they want to watch it as a reference in the future, I feel like it would serve them well. Probably gonna end off the live stream here because I am hungry. Want to go eat, and I finished what I set out to do. So I will give it a few minutes, just because I know you, Kitty, you're asking me a question. In the meantime, let's just have a little fun running around and checking out what parts of the map might need some fixing. Wait, is there a Firefox even picking? Oh, it is. Okay. Sorry about the blast of audio if I just did that to you. Let me see. I don't know, I usually never have a problem with it. It's just that the character one doesn't seem to behave the same. So, are you talking about the native collision of the character, not the collision trigger? Because if you're talking about that, I know exactly what you're talking about. The character, how the character looks, and how. Okay, let me see. Let me read the rest of the chat real quick. Do you guys ever do doubling in Discord? We see like just hanging out, working on your stuff together. Yeah, all the time. Especially in the Discord. In my server, it's literally all the time. We're always hanging out in there. I'm not doing it today just because I'm choosing to live stream instead. And we kind of say some. We kind of have no filters on in the server, so I don't think it's a good idea streaming it. But yeah, I'll make it quick. Can you make the character's collision trigger apply an element whenever entering? Wait. Can you make the character's collision trigger apply an element whenever an entering entity comes? Character's collision trigger. Okay, so what are you asking me? Hold on. Are you basically like how convenient skill works? When an enemy is near, it applies hydro at an interval. Okay, so the thing is, let me see. Okay, yeah, so you're saying... Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. The thing is, and this is something that... You see how this is the capsule's... I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. Like, this is not what it should look like, right? It should look like this, and it should be straight. But for some reason, it's attached to the root node, and the root node, I guess, has some weird orientation. And because of that, I typically almost never use any collision triggers on the character because, like, it's way too inconsistent. When I was using it as a sphere, I thought, oh, this looked okay, but then I noticed that the sphere itself had an angle to it, right? It's not perfectly straight down the character's middle. And then when I saw it was a capsule, I was like, oh, okay, so there's something totally fucked up about this. What you could do, I guess, is just make, like, a big circle, and then at a certain point, like this, it's not really going to matter if it follows the character too well, because the radius is just too big to really tell the difference between it being really small. Any small differences like that. But if you want to do something like this, then yeah, you would just basically, like, if you want to apply it to characters, you would just set it to characters only, or I guess whatever you want to set it to. And then every, like, second, let me show you. Yeah, we'll call this one test, whatever. So you would get every second, you would have a timer, right? That loops every second, and then you would use a collision query node. I forget what it's called. Oh, get all entities within the collision trigger. Now, the issue with this one is you can't see my screen. I'm sorry, but there is in the general guide, in the appendix, I believe, edit range restrictions. If we go to collision, maximum number of entities within the collision trigger range is 10. And the description here in the documentation says, when using the list of entities within the range, only the first 10 entities that entered the range can be obtained. Additionally, once the limit is reached, the event triggered upon entering the collision trigger will not be activated. So, basically, if there are, what I think, if I'm understanding right, I haven't tested this, but if there are 10, whoopsies, I got a minus. If there are 10 entities within the collision trigger, after there are 10 in here, anything else that enters won't trigger a collision trigger. I don't know why it's done this way. There's some kind of maybe computational limit, but yeah, if there's like 100 things in here and you try to use the get all entities within collision trigger, I think this will only return up to 10 entities, maybe. I don't know. I guess we could test it out. I don't really have time to test it out now though. If you want to test it out yourself, I'm not really sure though, because I've never used this when I needed more than 10 entities. But for what you're describing, when you want to have apply an element when an entity comes in, you would either just use the collision event when entering collision trigger. You would either do this, and then I believe this will work on... Wait, does this work on the entity that walks in, or does it work on both entities? The one that it walks in and enters. Let me see. When, what is it called? Entering collision. 1 second. I'm curious about this. When entering collision trigger. Okay. The collision trigger source range of a runtime entity A enters the collision trigger range of another entity B. No graph events will be sent to entity B with the collision trigger. Okay, so it's the one that has the collision trigger. Right. So in this case, this will be... Yeah, so you put a collision trigger on the character. I guess you make it big enough where you don't have to be super specific about the size. And then every time something enters, you'll get notified. But the problem is once something is already inside, you're not going to be able to trigger this again after like some time, because it's like inside. It's not entering. It's already inside, right? So in that case, oh wait, you don't even see the fucking mouse. Anyway, what I was saying is, if there's something inside here, it's not going to trigger that event node again because it's already inside. It's not entering, right? So if you want to check every second, you would use this node, get all entities within the collision trigger at an interval, right? Every second or whatever, using a timer. And then you just have to specify which collision trigger you want to check, you know, to see what's inside it. Target entity will be self entity or whatever. And then you can filter through all the characters. The only issue is, based on the docs, it's saying that you can only get a maximum of 10 entities, which is really annoying, actually. Let me see. Get all entities on the field. Get all entities. Let me see. Get all entities within the collision trigger. Yeah, there's no like get entity. Is there something that you can get an entity based on like a range by no get oh yeah, right here, get entity list by specified range. Okay, target entity list. Okay, so then if you're gonna do it this way, there's another way to do this. What you can do is you can get all entities. Hold on, get all entities. Oh, okay, it'll work for your case. Okay, that's good. What you could do is get all entities on the field, which is very computationally heavy depending on how big your map is. You pass this into the target list. The center point will be the location of your character, the radius being the radius of what your collision trigger would be. So you wouldn't use a collision trigger here. You wouldn't need it at that point. So whatever the center point is, let's say a radius of 10 or whatever, and this will give you everything inside that. There might be a more efficient way than doing get all entities on the field. I wonder, let me see. If we go to the query nodes, let me see. So yeah, if you're looking for character, oh, actually, well, this, oh, this takes in a target entity list also. Damn, is there anything that like doesn't need an input? Is it just something that only gives an output? Hmm. I guess you could finesse something with this, but that's really obscure and niche. Oh, here we go. What the heck? Okay, get entity list by specified type, get specified type of entity on the field. How? This is synonymous. Like, what is this? You see, when this is what I was saying earlier, where the naming translation is very confusing. It's like get entity list by specified type. You would think is what this is, but it's not. It's based on a list that already exists. So yes, you would use this node. You would get all your characters, let's say, if you're looking for characters, and then pass it in here. Right? I think this is a much more efficient solution, right? Because you're not getting all entities, you're just getting characters, which is a maximum of 8 in a list. And then you can filter by the range that you want. So, yeah, hopefully that helps you. All right, I am done for today, guys. I appreciate you guys joining the stream. Hopefully I could do this a little bit more often, but you know, it really depends. I don't have too much time, actually. It's like a weekend one-off type of thing. So hopefully we could have some more chances in the future. But yeah, appreciate the activity in the chat. You guys kept me company well. Hopefully I was able to help you in a meaningful way. So let me see here. Let me delete this. All right. I will catch you all later. Have a good night, guys. Yep, Virgo, thanks for coming in. Thank you.